Stay humble. Something that throughout the last 2 months, Man City have been doing. They have struggled massively. 8 losses, 4 draws, and 1 win in 12 games across all competitions. They have fallen all the way down to 22nd in the Champions League table and are in danger of getting knocked out in the group stages. And in the Premier League, they are all the way down to 6th place and are 9 points off Liverpool. In this video, we will be discussing why Man City have recently struggled, starting off with the first reason, which is the age of the players. 9 of the players in City's squad are over the age of 30, and most are starting 11 players. And as we know, age generally means decrease in physicality, speed, and strength. A prime example of age being a factor is Kyle Walker. Back in the 22-23 season, he was considered by most the best right back in the entire league. His speed has bailed out Manchester City quite a few times throughout that season. But now that he's gotten a little older, his speed has decreased, and his strength as well. He's become a shadow of his former self. Not to mention his shameful dive against Højlund that got them both booked. I mean, seriously, Walker is 34. He should know that it was never going to work. But it's not just him. Plenty of other players have been aging too. The 3 midfield players from the 2020-2021 season, De Bruyne, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva, have stayed mostly the same up until now. All those years of playing in a highly intense system like Pep's, which is very possession-based, has really worn out this midfield. De Bruyne's numbers have dropped off dramatically. Now, this is partially due to his injury, but is also in part due to his age. He is now 34 years old. Now, they are still quite a good midfield, but we've already been seeing injuries due to the high intensity, like when De Bruyne was sidelined for almost 2 months in October. Rodri is a different case though, because even at 28, he is still absolutely world class. This is the guy who just won the Ballon d'Or. He's the engine of Pep Guardiola's midfield, the glue that holds everything together. But early in the season, he picked up an ACL injury that has ruled him out for the rest of the season. And we are seeing the effects of a City team without Rodri. Since his absence, they've started losing games left and right. It's clear they're struggling to cope without him. It's tough to replace a player like Rodri overnight. And here's the kicker, it's not just him. Manchester City's season has been plagued by injuries. Kevin De Bruyne was injured at the very start of the season, leaving a massive creative void. Ruben Diaz, their defensive rock, has also missed time. And even young prospects like Oscar Bob have had setbacks. There's also players like John Stones, Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish, and Kyle Walker, who are all key players to Pep's side. Even Haaland wasn't immune to this. He had a bit of an injury scare. Pep's side had been riddled with injuries. They look nothing like how they did during their treble season or even last season. And even players who haven't had any major injuries aren't performing. Haaland may be the league's top goal scorer, but he has been atrocious in these last few games. In the Villa game, he had only 1 shot, which wasn't even on target. He had 1 dribble and only 18 touches on the ball, despite playing the full 90. What was he providing to the team? At this rate, I could do better on the pitch. Foden has also been underwhelming. He's had 1 goal and 1 assist in the 12 games he's played. In the Liverpool game, he didn't register a single shot and only had 48 touches and a single key pass. Now, while Haaland has come in interviews acknowledging how bad he's been,
of course we're disappointed, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough for me. For Man City, we should be up there.
It really seems like they've lost their way tactically. They need that extra creative spark who can create something from nothing. Someone like Salah or even Vinny. Realistically, who on City's team can go from the halfway line and dribble past multiple defenders to score? No one. Take a look at the stat of the Aston Villa game. Notice that they have 57% possession and 100 more passes and higher pass accuracy. With stats like that, you'd think they dominated the game. And they did do so possession-wise, but still lost. Why? Well, for one, City have been, in my opinion, very uninspiring in attack. Because their system is so rigid, they don't really have that creative spice. This really resulted in long and, in my opinion, dull possessions where they didn't want to go forward. the wingers didn't take on their man, and the team generally were hesitant to make a forward-thinking pass. Second of all, they were very, very vulnerable on the counterattack. Take a look at the first Aston Villa goal. That pass right here should have never gone through. No one is in the middle of the park. If Rodri was on the pitch, he likely would have been there to block off the path. And Morgan Rogers loses his marker far too easily. And from there, you can't do anything. The second Villa goal was also preventable. Look at this image. Tell me, what was Gundogan providing here? He's not blocking the pass to Rogers. He's not defending the pass to Tielemans. He's not helping against John Duran. So I ask, what is he providing to the defense here? McGinn is spoiled for choice as Villa have overloaded City. He can make 3 good passes that could lead to goals. And this time, it did. Okay, let's play a game. How many mistakes do you think that Man City make in this 17-second clip? Four major mistakes. And these are bad mistakes too. These should have led to goals. The team has looked hopeless in attack and lost in defense, and the tactics have crumbled to all of these counter-attacking teams. And the situation really hasn't helped when Pep Guardiola has slowly been spiraling mentally these last few weeks. It really started with that 3-3 draw to Feyenoord. In the match interviews, Pep is asked about why he's bleeding, and he remarks that he was scratching his face and makes a really weird self-harm joke.
But you've got a cut, and apparently some others.
Yeah. With my finger here. I want to hurt myself. Yeah. Good night.
It'll be okay.
He later apologized, but his erratic behavior has continued. We've noticed that Pep on the sidelines has been getting crazier and crazier. In some interviews, he has been questioning his competence as a manager.
Maybe I deserve to be sacked, honestly. With the results, maybe I'm still in job because we won 6 Premier Leagues, a lot of titles. Otherwise, the hierarchy maybe would think, oh, it doesn't work. Yeah?
Also, this one isn't as bad, but I found it really funny. Generally, Pep is a calm and composed guy. When the Liverpool fans were haggling him after his loss, he revealed 6 fingers, signifying his 6 Premier League titles.
But, it's still good in terms of ranking. Here's the issue, though. That shit is
This is a side of Pep we have rarely seen before. He's acting very similar to Jose Mourinho. I mean, tell me the difference between these 2 clips.
Do you know what this means? 3 premierships, and I won more premierships alone than the other 19 managers together. 3 for me and 2 for them. Respect, man, respect.
I would also argue that it is his fault that the midfield is so old. Players like Bernardo Silva are 30, Rodri is 28, Gundogan is 34, and KDB is 34 as well. The only real signings he has made recently are Savio and Doku, who, if I'm being honest, haven't been the best. I think he's failed to future-proof the midfield, and that is really starting to show. City has struggled, no doubt about it, and if Pep's side can't get back into shape, it's going to be a real rough season for them.